Ta-da! Welcome back, everybody. Making sure everything's looking good here. Looks like it is. How we doing tonight? Welcome back to the stream. I'm your host, as always, AJ Starkiller. Got Grogu with me tonight in the hot chocolate, or on the hot chocolate. Shout out Zarth Xerxes. How you doing today? Since last stream, I mentioned the Final Flight, or Fantasy Flight. Is it Fantasy Flight? I don't remember. The FFG Star Wars RPG. You hyperfixated on it and created a whole character. Oops. That's great. No, that's awesome that you were able to use YouTube and RPGsessions.com to build a character. That's really exciting. I'm really happy that you were able to kind of do that. Like, I think it's great. Like I said, I know that it's really easy to default to things like 5e, like Star Wars 5e and stuff. But I mean, it's also cool to really stretch out and take a look at those games that were designed to be played with Star Wars. You know, I think that's a really cool, position to move toward in general. Well, nothing's really come up since... Oh, actually, something has come up that I'll bring up real quick. While some things are loading. I was talking a lot on TikTok today about the legacy of Count Dooku. I thought that was really cool because I think I brought it up last time. There's that moment where, you know, in the first two episodes we've seen, in episode 1, the people of Sereno remember Count Dooku as a villain, but the would-be rebels, the anti-Imperials, view Dooku as kind of a prophet. You know, like he called it, you know, that the Republic was corrupt. And I just think that's really cool. And I'm working out a couple of little podcast things so that I can be on a couple podcasts to talk about the legacy and the impact that Count Dooku would have on the galaxy at large. And overall, I just think that's a really cool thing to talk about in general. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hop over. I wish I understood why it would do that. Sometimes I swear it's because Streamlabs and regular OBS like don't work the same, and so they keep messing around on me. Thank you for letting me know you couldn't hear me. What I was gonna say was, did you get around to watching all of Andor, or just a little bit of it? And what did you think? Okay. And you didn't get the dice system at first? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't looked at it yet, so I don't know what the dice system is. I remember being kind of confused by it at first, but I haven't checked it out enough to really know how I feel. I love the fact that this is, since it is just an old Xbox port, it just pops up on here. It's like, the Dragon Age servers are unavailable. Yeah, no shit. Got to the part where Andor kills what's-his-face and threatens what's-her-face after they did the heist. Oh, okay, where he killed, Skeen? No. Yes? I think it was like Skeen or Skeeve, and threatened her, and, oh, and Nemec died. Yeah, a lot of people like Nemec. Thank you. I was like, it was Skeen, Skeeve, Skiradish, Skadoosh. Man, I forgot. So, if you weren't here for the first part of the first Dragon Age, I forgot that our character's name is Shistain, which is a play on the word shit stain, because I am a sucker for whatever people say in chat sometimes. And now we're at Ostagar, and we're back to talkie, enjoy the lore, nice and casual. I am an elven mage. So I went with, because my goal is to kind of re-experience the lore as much as I could. You can get a ton of the lore doing mage as your background. And so since you get access to all of the lore no matter what, and I like magic in general, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and play a mage here. Get some of that early lore. And then...
You approach the tent of Terran Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about Terran Loghain.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Marik's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Marik rewarded him by making him a Terran. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Is he inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
Surely you could tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Terran's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Terran speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Terran Loghain tells him. Without the Terran, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are. I
like Rogue. I think Rogue is probably the most fun of the classes. But I like magic.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on then.
I think I need to turn off this arcane barrier because it's making things look weird.
Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
How do you know I'm a Grey Warden?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
A fascination you don't share.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kaelin thinks. I hear you're from the Circle of Magi. First Enchanter spoke highly of you. A great achievement for one so young. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
Well, I don't know yet. If
Kaelin has his way, you will. Now,
I remember, I love my persuasion. I love
if you're the praying sword.
Talking to people, so I try to unlock as many persuasion things as I can. He seems like a fool to me, if I'm being honest.
He is Marik's son and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
Aren't you just the nicest? Oh, I was gonna... See, this is the... There we go. I'm gonna turn that off for now, because we don't need that.
Greetings. King Kaelin is not in his tent right now?
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Terran Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
Huh, we'll see. We will see.
That's how the Terran feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny the Terran called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
I didn't know Kaelin was married.
To the Terran's daughter, no less. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
Alright then, I'll see you later. Yeah, so one of these days when I get through one of these story games, which will be a while, or when I have like some extra time, I want to do a playthrough of like Fallout 4 or even one of the other Fallout games and try to do, I've always wanted to, but have never had the you-know-what to do it. The balls, like I don't cuss on this stream all the time anyway. The balls to do a full charisma playthrough where we just try to see how much we can get out of combat just by
My faith sustains me.
just by talking. I think that'd be a lot of fun to try to be the most charismatic man in the
Blessed are the peacekeepers.
In the
champions of the
wasteland.
just.
New Vegas is the best. New Vegas is great. The only problem is that it's just like, it's so short. It feels so much like DLC for Fallout 3, but it's so good.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I like, so I've been studying the, the history of Dragon Age, and I do like how it becomes sort of obvious that the last Blight before this one was ages ago, literally, and in that one, there was one big battle that drove back the majority of the Darkspawn, and they were gone for ages. And so that makes sense why Kalen would think that he would be able to accomplish the same thing.
Welcome to the King's camp, my lord.
You there, elf.
We must see
What's
to our
your
hounds.
name?
My weapons
To an ash
first, the
warrior,
Darkspawn.
hound is as much a
It's
weapon as a blade.
Oh.
Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
The
Yes,
only
sir.
good thing
Right away,
about
sir.
being a human noble is the puppy.
Maker's breath.
I want a
another
puppy.
Elf. What do you want?
Oh yeah, Kalen is a fool. He reminds me a lot of Viserys, if you watched House of the Dragon. A good man, but like just an ineffective king. A bad leader, but a good person. Because good people seldom make good leaders. You have a problem with elves?
Not in particular, except for them being so thin-boned. You make good messengers sometimes.
Oh, fantasy
Is
racism.
there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're ash warriors.
What is an ash
Our
warrior?
training has been passed down since Lathias the dwarf son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
So what is an ash warrior? Or can I hear this old tale?
I am no bard, but I'll do my best.
BioWare does have a
Lathias
lot
was a
of...
plain tribesman.
They use that as a
Some said he was
trope a
too short
lot.
to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Lathias to use the dwarven battle wrath, to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Lathias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
And they feasted on blood and lived happily ever after.
Lathias' prowess earned him the love of Morrigan, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Lathias was grieved. He sent
When
Morrigan
you
away,
finish
but
Game of
this only
Thrones, watch
worked.
House of the
Began a
Dragon,
long war
or
between
you're
their
already
tribes.
in like season
In the
6.
end, Lathias
Just
slew
go
Morrigan in
watch House of the
single
Dragon.
combat.
There's no
However,
reason to finish.
his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day and gave Lathias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
What happened to his wife, Skya?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Lathias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only the dwarven folk could say for certain.
An interesting legend. Thank you for
There's
telling me.
another.
Oh no, I understand. You gotta finish it now, but I'm just telling you, I'm like, it's not worth
They
it.
use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with Caddis, which
But there are
overpowers
some
the
cool
blood,
battle
and also
scenes,
paint our
even in
hounds so they
season
know
8.
We are the same.
Okay. Paint our hounds so they know we are the same. What if the enemy is painted with Caddis as
Why?
well?
Would you steal our Caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke.
Yeah, okay, I'm out. Bye!
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is a good reason to go ahead and finish there as well, is to, for that show.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that
Are you the
show.
new warden? I could use
I'm
some
assuming
help.
they're gonna use that as a way to try to actually, like, talk about the Azor Ahai prophecy that they completely forgot about in seasons 7 and 8. What's the problem?
This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Just, yeah, sure, you know what? I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
We're not putting this dog down. The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. Put the muzzle on the dog. The Mabari growls weakly but does not challenge you. After you're done, he
Well
whimpers
done.
plaintively.
Now I can treat the dog properly, poor
Do I
fellow.
know the
Come to
strats
think
for
of it,
what?
you
For
heading into
this?
the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive.
Oh,
With a
I
blood
forgot
liquid
about all
centre.
that stuff. All white with a blood red center. I'll find one if I can. I'm not even going to ask any questions because I'm saving the dog, damn it.
In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at
Thou
bay
must
by your
saveth
spirit blood.
yon mutt.
And if you go to stand beside the maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
Cool prayer, lady.
What do we have here? I heard the new Grey Warden recruit was from the Circle. I don't believe we've met, but I've certainly heard a lot about your talent. My name is Wynne, and I congratulate you on your harrowing, marvelous work. The Fade is a dangerous place.
Yes, I know all about that.
Oh ho, you know all there is to know already, do you? Irving said as much about
What
you.
up, Commander
Remarkable
Sins?
self-confidence.
Thank you, sir.
So, a Grey Warden, fighting alongside the King. Not too shabby for someone just
How are
out
you
of
doing tonight?
apprenticeship.
Let's see. Fighting alongside someone, or fighting alongside the king. King Kalen thinks this battle will go well.
The King must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man.
Oh yeah, no, I love the
Darkspawn,
chantry and the religious
no
aspects in
idea
this game.
everyone seems
I
able to
find that
grasp.
stuff incredibly fascinating. That's my bread and butter. It's a fantasy version of the stuff I studied in college. History and religion. Okay, to defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. You've faced Darkspawn before.
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
What does the Fade have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
What's the Black City? We'll let him
Some
talk.
say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin.
Well, yeah, of course it's
That
possible
demon
for the mages.
transformed
I
them,
mean, in the
turning them
sense
into
that
twisted reflections
if you
of
look
their
at
own hearts.
Tevinter,
And
the
Maker
mages
cast them back to
run
the
the
earth,
chantry.
where they became the first
Like, the
darkspawn.
chantry serves the mages
At
in
least that's what the
Tevinter.
Chant of Light
So, I
says.
mean, it's definitely possible. Will it ever happen in Ferelden or Orlais? Possibly. I mean, the reality is that the mages have nearly unbeatable power. And is that true?
It may be
But they
allegory,
have
meant to
the
teach us
most
that our own
powerful
evil causes
resource
human suffering.
in the
Or it
world.
may be true. It is as good an explanation
I
as
think
any
if they
for
all
now.
combined together, of course they could overpower like the Templars and stuff. But there's still a risk. It's a good explanation as any for now. I'll just kill every darkspawn
A
I
wise
see.
attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
She's like the Jocasta Nu of the mages. Ah, friggin' tranquil.
Welcome, young man. Yes, and you are a mage of the Circle. You must be familiar with the Tranquil who serve there. I create and oversee the enchantment of weapons and armor for the King's forces here at Ostagar. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable.
I love how in the background you can see these mages doing something.
Certainly we would not get by on charity.
What is
The
enchantment?
practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow
How do you
lights,
not like
as well as the
Jocasta
magic
Nu?
staff or the flame
How do you
blade.
not like
The
the
irony,
lady who
perhaps,
used a
is that it
lightsaber
is
rifle
our
to
very
fight Darth
disconnection
Vader?
to our former talents that allows the Tranquil
Think of how you
to
feel
work
about
with living
Kiadi Mundi.
soul. A true mage could
I
not.
feel bad.
Goodbye.
I'm done talking to this tranquil guy. I want to know what they're doing back there, but I can't get over there right now, I don't think. Like, can I go this way? Nope, I can't get over there. They're just doing their thing over there. Oh god, I pressed a button, now he's...
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorated some
Ew!
dark
Are you
spawn
hitting
this
on
time
this
tomorrow.
lady right
Shall
before...
I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Oh,
Well,
Tabith.
You're not what I thought you'd be.
I forgot about this guy. What did you think I'd be?
Not an elf, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came
Jocasta
along.
Nu is an
I was
elitist
beginning to
snob,
think they
considering
cooked this
some
ritual
people
up just for our benefit.
She gives me vibes like she'd call me a slur. Okay, I can get that. I mean, Kiadi Mundi would definitely call you a slur. And he's one of those who's like, well, I'm saying it intellectually, so it's not that bad. What do you know about this
I happened to
ritual?
be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
So what? Or no, wait. I don't know anything about them. The Wilds?
We're right on the northern edge of the Kakari Wilds here, miles and miles of savage country. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Why would they send us into the forest?
Sounds like some kind of test. Maybe we'll hunt us a souvenir or two. It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Alright. When I first played this game, I didn't understand why they introduced two characters just to kill both of them all. But now I get that they foreshadowed they weren't worthy in the wilds. I suppose we'll see that a little bit more Can't really pickpocket. Don't really want to talk to the quartermaster. Well, I guess I do.
You there, elf. Where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously?
Racism! Are you mistaking me for a servant?
What? Oh, you're the one who arrived with the Grey Warden. Please, forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about, and I've been waiting for... it's simply been so hectic. I never thought... But please,
no, I'll tell you, when it comes to killing early characters...
A simple man. No one special.
My favorite game of all time, perhaps you should treat your servants more kindly, is...
yes, of course, you're very right. Did you...
The Legend of
supplies,
Dragoon.
Perhaps?
It's an old PlayStation 1 JRPG.
Arms and armor, for the most part.
And I'm going to spoil it because this game is 25 years old at least. You start off the game, you go through the first of 4 discs with a character named Lovitz, and he's like a knight to King Albert. And you go to rescue King Albert, and in rescuing him, Lovitz dies. And then you go on with Albert in your party in place of him. And I played that before I played Final Fantasy VII, and it blew my mind. So, like, I understand, like, this weird... Okay, so... Let's see. Sell all junk. I guess I don't have any junk. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's sell some random stuff. Right now, we're just going to kind of sell everything we don't need because... Why not? Just wish Sir Davith was allowed to leave since he wanted to leave because he had a wife and child. But the other guy actually did the trial, but he was cowardly, so he didn't make it. I hear ya. There we go. That's all I wanted. Just to do that. I just wish... Oh, yeah. Could be better. Played my first game at my club, but some dude slide tackled me and fucked up my ankle. Ouch. That's tough. I'm sorry. That's a rough moment, especially since you just kind of started there.
Most of these men have been tainted
If he hadn't gone for his sword, Duncan would have been willing to talk things through with him. Probably.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
Why do you say that?
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
What's wrong with him?
Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just... terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Caused your foot to turn in the wrong direction and fell, went to the doctor. Well, hey, that's good. Just rest it. You know, take it easy. I mean, it's good that it's only going to be about a week's worth of rest. You know, that's a good thing.
You are one of the new Grey
So
Wardens.
rest it.
Will you accept
Figure
the
that
Maker's
stuff.
blessing?
Okay, you administer blessings to elves, do you?
I merely pass on the Maker's blessings. He looks kindly.
You didn't realize this game was dark fantasy? What clarifies the difference to you between, like, what is dark fantasy versus, like, is it like an alternative to high fantasy, or is it, what's the difference there? Well, take your healing really seriously, and you should be able to,
Then I bless you, Grey Warden.
you should be able to play. Just take it seriously and don't overexert yourself, or you risk the chance of not only lengthening your injury, but even possibly making it to where it doesn't heal at all. Let's talk to this prisoner. I remember this
Someone
guy.
finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner.
I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
Why don't they give the prisoner some clothes? You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you?
Okay, I guess
All
I can
want is food and
understand the
water.
difference. I mean...
They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Tell me why you're in there first.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
Did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter?
That they're deserting?
All I want is a bit of food and water.
Okay, you don't have to yell at me, dude. If you weren't deserting, why sneak around the camp?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
Yeah, no, that sounds like the right... They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it.
Oh.
But it's come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
Ew. That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, do you want the key or not?
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Hey, the prisoner who's sitting there in his underwear has a key that he pooped out.
Lucky dog.
Yeah, I want the shit
Grey
key.
Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Yeah, definitely take it easy this weekend, though. That's a good idea. Seems a waste for you to guard him all day.
I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision. Then they'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else.
I had a chat with him,
Don't
actually.
expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs.
Thank
I
you.
don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm going to say it was you. Just so you know.
Aw, thanks, buddy. Now, let me give him some food and get the shit key.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's the food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Oh, I have a shit key. It's not this. I'm pretty sure it's over by the enchanter. Take the shit key. There it is.
That course of action.
I want to get in there, but I have to wait until later. Fine. Till you guys aren't around. Ooh. Poo on you. I just want poo on you. I just want the shit key. I can't open anything because I'm a stupid mage. Wish I'd have been a rogue now. And I'm walking around looking to see if there's anything around here, but no. Oh yeah, let's go talk to our boy.
What is it
Alistair.
now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness
Wasn't
does
lost
you no
on me as
credit.
a kid.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you.
Yeah,
The
Andraste
grumpy
is
one.
is very
Enough.
similar to
I will
Jesus,
speak
a
to the woman if I
prophetess,
must. Get out of my way.
given sort of pseudo divinity by her people.
One good thing about
There's
this
also
life
a
is that it
great
brings
split
people together.
between the Tevinter Imperium and the Orlesian Chantry. Is very similar to like Roman Catholicism and Eastern Orthodox. Oh no, you're fine. This is Dragon Age Origins. Okay, sorry. What?
Oh, nothing. Just trying to find a bright side to all this. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
We haven't met. You must be Alistair.
And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the
I love
Order, I'll be
Alistair.
accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Shistane. Oh.
Right, that was the name. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
No, I haven't.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
Okay, that argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage, the circle is here at the king's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an position. I was once far.
You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until
Yeah,
Duncan
the
recruited me
Tevinter
6 months
Imperium
ago.
is really, it's
I'm
sort of a
sure the
metaphor
revered
for
mother meant it as
every
an insult,
religion
seeing me as
that
her
branched
messenger.
off from
The mage picked
Catholicism,
right
so
up on
Eastern
that.
Orthodox,
I never would've
Lutheranism,
agreed
stuff
to
like
deliver it,
that.
but Duncan says we're able to cooperate
Because
and
they're
get along.
all,
Apparently they didn't
we
get
were
same
part of the
speech.
same religion, but then we disagreed on a fundamental aspect. You could even go so far as to consider Orlesian Chantry to be like Judaism, with Catholicism being the Tevinter Imperium, because they differ on Andraste's message specifically, and whether or not magic was evil or not. And so it could kind of stand in for either of those. Apparently they didn't get the same speech. What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp.
Have
you met
but
them?
On that perspective, I've met Davith.
Right, that cut purse Duncan conscripted.
From
Not
that
sure
perspective,
what
that's kind of
Duncan
what the
sees in
Tevinter
them.
Imperium seems to represent,
Keep an eye
is
out,
that
maybe we'll see the other
splitting
one. Or I can
away
track him down later.
based on differences of belief in the Prophet. You don't have to accompany me, do you?
Don't worry, I'll try not to embarrass you.
Let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Half your family's Roman Catholic, the other half is Eastern Orthodox. Only thing I got in common. Hey, that's one thing. I consider myself a recovering Catholic, so I hear you there. Can't go that way. Oh, now I can bounce back and forth. But yeah, it's interesting the way that they mostly believe the same things. They just differ on one or two fundamental things, which is very similar to real-world religions. And very interesting. Where is Jory at? I forgot where he's at. I know where you are, Duncan. It's cool that the Tevinter don't believe that magic is evil. It isn't cool that they have slavery. Yeah, and it's not even that they don't believe it's evil. Like, they still believe that. They just believe that when Andraste said magic is meant to serve man, they believe that that meant that we're to use it to accomplish things, as opposed to protect us from
Greetings.
using it.
You must be
There's
the third
Jory.
recruit we've heard about.
Oh, this poor guy. Yes, I am Shistane.
Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are
Because
all
they
human.
still have Templars that watch over them. They're just, like, paid off and stuff. No, you're all good. That works. Let's see. What's that supposed to mean?
Just that in some places, elves are not always permitted in the military. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to
This
be given
guy
that
gives
chance?
off, like, suburban soccer dad who, like, shouldn't be here, but, like, just came along for the ride because, like, his kid's here and he's just trying to be supportive. Aren't you nervous about fighting Darkspawn?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. As a boy, my mother told us Darkspawn hunted down all children.
I'll start over. Let me know where I
It is
lost
a
you.
foolish superstition, I know, but I still shiver when I think of fighting them. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
Davith said we might be going into the wild.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
All right, let's go find our boy Master Splinter. And let's get on with some joining. It's okay because we won't have to call him too much, so you can call him whatever you want right now.
Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations.
Preparation
Assuming,
H,
that you're quite
of
finished
course.
riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered Mother Amber.
Yeah, so the voice of Duncan is the same voice actor who voiced Master Splinter in the original Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Cocky Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
What do we need the Darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Surely you've acquired some blood before
Of
now.
course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what
you're
comes
right.
after.
But that's the 2003 Splinter, I think, is Iroh. And then this is the 87 Master Splinter. Going to the wilds, isn't that dangerous?
You weren't recruited out of charity. All 3 of you are skilled and resourceful. Alistair is the most junior.
That's right, 2007 movie. I couldn't remember which one it was, but I remembered
Do
it.
not worry. I doubt you will need to go far into the wilds to find what you seek.
And what's the second
There
task?
was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
Yes, very much so. Okay, what kinds of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Okay, and if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Is this part of the joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood.
Watch over your
Understood.
charges, Alistair.
And a
Return
white
quickly
flower
and
with a
safely.
red center?
We will.
I think.
Then may the Maker watch over
Or
your
red
path.
petals?
I will
Because we
see
gotta
you when
fix
you
that
return.
dog. Honestly, I love Diego Luna. I loved his performance. I understand why he didn't win. One, in the sense of the other people in the category. Two, I don't think he was necessarily the... Oh, that's what I was doing. Hang on. I don't think he was necessarily the best part of Andor. He was great. I think he was the weakest of the main cast, and not based on his performance, based on what he was given to do. Andor doesn't do nearly as much, throughout the show as, say, Luthen or Dedra or... Yeah, mainly those two.
Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
You would ask me that, wouldn't you? I don't remember who actually won that category. I have a feeling you'll be able to tell me before I can find it. Actually, yeah, you'll probably be able to. Okay, use that. I would have supported... Yeah, I would have nominated Stellan Skarsgård, but... Okay, so targeting... Okay. Oh, I'm really nervous for how complicated this game can be. I forgot how, like, weirdly... Okay, you. Oh, I don't even remember how to necessarily mess with this stuff. Okay. Oh, I will deal with tactics later when it's a little earlier in the game and things are going to be difficult. I honestly, because we're on a mission to just play the story, I very well might just have to make this easier. Ah, shoot, wrong button. I got your back, guys. Kevin Costner won. Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, Kevin Costner's a big name. Yellowstone is super popular. Like I said, I think if Diego Luna... Like, I think he was nominated mainly just because he is the lead actor in the show. And the show did really well critically. I just don't think he was the standout performance in that show. I'll let you guys do the fighting for now. How's that sound? Missionary Jogby has a personal letter. Letter to Jogby. Let's take a look at some of this. So, letter to Jogby. My dearest son, it pleases me that you wish to follow in my footsteps and bring the Maker's word to the unenlightened. I wish you had chosen a less dangerous place to do so. Apologies for leaving early for the wild, son, but I wanted to set up camp and get things started. The chastened respect one with survival skills in the wilds, so I hope to get a grip on that before you arrived, and maybe establish an agreement with the local tribe that we had friends when you came. When you reach the wilds, you'll find it difficult to navigate. I've listed certain landmarks below. If you follow them, they will lead you to a location I've scouted out where I've left you some supplies. If you're lost, try to get to that spot, and I'll find you. The landmarks are as follows. Beginning at the entrance, blah, 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 blah. There you will find our meeting point. I love you, Jogby, my son. I hope to see you soon. Your father, Rigby. Okay. Other nominees were Jeff Bridges, Bob Odenkirk, and Adam Scott. A stacked category, no doubt.
Over here.
Over here? Who's saying over here? Oh, this guy. I would have probably gone for Bob Odenkirk, but...
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, He's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Well, let's try to bandage him up at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
I do think Emma Darcy should have won, but it is difficult to give her an award when, or to give them an award, excuse me. It is difficult to give them an award when they weren't in the first 3 or 4 episodes of their show. But they still delivered an amazing performance. So I think they should have won, but I'm not surprised that they didn't. I think they'll win next year, maybe. Or not next year, but the year after when it comes back for season 2.
But this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
You forget, I have magic at my command. We'll be fine.
I still do not relish the thought of encountering an army.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise.
God, this guy's such a wuss.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
Seriously, who invited their dad?
Easy, so let's get a move on.
Duncan, why did you bring someone's stepdad? Since they're non-binary, they shouldn't be nominated. It's the awards, it's tough because if you don't gender the awards, then feminine or at least female presenting actors will not receive nominations at all. That's the problem. I think maybe we should be looking at, like, if you really want to, maybe like best female performance. Therefore, we're like, now we're kind of saying that the performance is feminine rather than the actor. But there's been a push in general within the acting community to kind of do away with the term actor and actress, because it does sort of imply not just a difference, but a there we go. Not just a difference, but also a clear sexism exists, and it allows for an actress to be treated less than an actor. And so I know when I was in college, there was a big movement towards trying to use less gendered terms in general. Okay. Thank you, guys. I was just trying to grab some stuff. Talked about that on the one hand. By gendering the awards, it implies women aren't as good. It sort of does, yeah. And whereas if we do away with it, the misogynists... Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, as much as we can, like, debate whether or not it's necessary to gender the awards, it is unfortunately a reality that women will simply not be presented with as many awards or award opportunities. Back it up, y'all. If we take away the gendering. Okay. Hey, back off me, buddy. Go. As for a neuter version of actor or actress as actee. Well, and yeah. Oh god, someone's dead. Get back up, buddy. This is why you don't bring your suburban dad. Yeah, an actor, the reality is that actor can be a gender neutral term. actress doesn't need to exist. In most cases where we have two versions of a word, one is not necessarily exclusionary. Like actor is not necessarily masculine. Let's see. And okay, we got a magic point to get here. See, it's just not quite as... Okay, the caster erects a telekinetic barrier. Yes. Acteur is... Yeah, actor and actress, waiter, waitress. Yeah. Any of those ESS words, those are all French. Okay. I'm trying to remember... See, I'm just gonna take the fire. And I need to assign it to a position, which I'm just going to put there because I'm going to always pretty much have this active. English is one of the few European families that doesn't, or yeah, English doesn't have inherent, like you said, genders as some other, or as most other, it's really Latin derived languages, but I mean Germanic languages can have it too. Let's see here. I thought there was stuff over here, but I don't quite remember. I don't think I can go over there. Nope. So let's just keep going this way. Anything fancy over here?
Delighted. Of course.
Okay, come on. There we go. Oh, I forgot I can... Oh, God, I forgot I can, like, friendly fire my party. I think I have friendly fire off, but I forgot that I could do that. So I should think that through a little more next time. Okay, German and Dutch. That's right. That's right. German and Dutch have neuter as well. Gendered language is weird in general. Like, I'll never understand why a table is feminine. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know it, and I just do it, and I'm sure there's some sort of actual, like, deep linguistic reason, like some sort of, like, rationale. But in my brain, I'm just like, how is a table feminine? Is it just because it's in the home? But that doesn't make sense because, I don't know. I don't know. I don't can. Just the way language evolved. Yeah, but they evolved like that for a reason. And that's one of the things that always makes me curious is why they evolved that way. But some questions will likely never be truly answered. Death root. I think I'm back around the way I started now. Latin didn't morph words based on femininity or masculinity of an apple. Did Arabic, maybe? Okay. Well, Latin had genders too. What is the... What? Why is it... I don't know why it's not there. Like, Latin had gendered nouns as well. I wonder if maybe they weren't gendered in the way that we... Maybe we prescribed the, like, gendered phraseology to it. Maybe it was simply just type of nouns were just different. I don't know if they were necessarily... I don't remember. It's been a while since I've, like... Okay, let's try to not hit our boys. Which I think I succeeded at. Oh god. Oh god. Get away from me! Oh, I hit one of my boys. I'm sorry, Davith. I'm not really sorry, you're kind of a dick.
You could have just given up, you know.
Oh god, they're all the way over there. The fact that this game is so hell-bent on me fighting all the enemies from incredibly far away. English teachers, when you misgender a chair. Okay, now. Oh, there's Rigby. Remember we saw Rigby's dad. I wonder what the codex entry is for Rigby. We saw his dad. Okay. Rigby's last will and testament. To whomever finds this note. This is the last will and testament of Rigby the missionary, proud speaker of the Maker's word. I have come to the wilds to speak the chant, but I fear I will die here at the hands of the Darkspawn. I leave all that I came with to my wife Jetta. Should the reader of this note feel charitable, I have buried a sealed lockbox in our camp, nestled in a Tevinter ruin in the western reaches of the wilds. It is my will that this lockbox finds my wife in Redcliffe, and that it is still sealed shut when it reaches her. To my wife and son, I apologize that my work is taken from you, but I know that I die in service to the Maker. Rigby. Remember when I was looking for things earlier, and I was like, I thought there was something over here. I think this is what it was. Was the something that I was looking for was Rigby's box. Maybe Rome was just sexist. Wait.
I see we've stopped to smell the flowers and adore the sunshine.
Whoops. Let's go.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
Hey, I'm sorry I clicked the wrong button, jackass. Okay, no, that's not the right way. It was back the other way. I'm just trying to see if maybe I was right. We've killed all the things over here. They don't randomly respawn, so we should be good. I did get the backpack from the quartermaster before we left. Good call. Yep, see, I told you. You rummage around in the rubble and find Rigby's secret cache. Inside is an iron lockbox sealed with wax. Take the lockbox to bring to Jetta. Because of course we're a good person. We're going to do what he asked. Oh. Okay, can't do that. Okay, don't want to set you guys on fire. do want to set them on fire. But fine, there aren't enough of them. You guys suck. Why can't I set you guys on fire too? This would be so much easier.
Yes?
I don't want to talk to you, Davith.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
No need to be rude. You never decided to take it. You were just an awful person who opened that box. Did you not listen to poor Rigby? He died. You were over here talking about this, wanting to send Jory back to his wife and his kid. But you couldn't send Rigby's stuff to Jeddah. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
You could smell its breath from here.
Oh, haha. Suck fire! Well done, y'all.
As you desire.
Oh, here comes the Alpha. Hey, Davith, don't run in there. I don't want to set you on fire. Don't you come after me. Ah! Rude. No, I intended to, but I forgot it existed. Fair. A likely story, but fair. You know what us neurodivergent people are like. No object permanence. Oh, yes, I understand that. A battle axe and a chastened flat blade and a letter. Oh, let's read the farewell letter to Jogby. Whoop. Okay, so this is Rigby writing his farewell letter to Jogby? Yeah. My dear son Jogby, I fear that this is the last letter I will write you. I've had difficulty finding the chastened to bring them the Maker's word. I have, however, seen evidence of their passing. They appear to have left this area in great haste, possibly fleeing the so-called darkspawn that are rumored to be gathering in the wilds in ever greater numbers. I have left you a weapon and everything else I can spare, my son. I will try to find you once I have found a safe place. I only hope that you will be safe. With luck, we will meet again. If you see her, tell your mother that I love her, and take care of our family. Your loving father, Rigby. Womp, 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 womp. I also didn't read this earlier. Signs of the Chastened. The chastened barbarians are nothing if not clever. They have hidden markers and signs in the arrangements of stones and rubble along the paths of the wilds. In this way they mark trails, note places of interest, and even give warnings in a way that outsiders cannot understand. Interestingly, these markers look indistinguishable from a regular pile of stones. I have dedicated my time to deciphering these signs, and I believe I am close to a breakthrough. The trail markers seem to point to a hoard, or a location used for secret storage among the chastened. I have only found a portion of the message, however. I think that if I could complete the message, find all the trail markers, I can find this cache and see what treasure the chastened have to hide. I've found one such marker near this camp under a fallen tree leaning against the ruins. Each market seems to point to one or two others. I hear rumors that a darkspawn horde is coming. I hope I can find this treasure before it's too late. An excerpt from Rigby's field journal. I do love how I remember just enough about this game to remember little things like that alpha wolf. And I'm like, oh, I remember dying to that thing so many times. Jogby's a dumb name. Yeah, it's not the best name. It's definitely not the best name, but, you know, bad names happen in real life. If I had a name like Jogby, I'd come out here too. He's Jogbying, he's not run-being.
I'm sensing more darkspawn.
No! Ah! Stop trying to hurt my friend! Hiya! I got your back, Alistair. Where are our boys? Dying? Oh god, what are you guys doing? Oh god, I'm stuck in a trap. Ah! Hey, buddy. What are you doing over here? Stop it. Least, and I honestly, I will say I don't remember them well enough to, oh god. Oh god. I got you, Alistair. I'm coming, buddy. I got you, homie. Why am I all of a sudden not paying attention to combat? Off of thy nuts! Magic! Goodness gracious, that was not good. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Don't fucking die. Deal? Thank you. That's why you don't run off on your own, idiots. Need to brush your teeth. Be right back. Adios. I'll see you when you get back. I'll be here. Yes. Hey, Davith, can you do me a favor and can you undo any of these traps? Some elf root. Don't you try to sneak up on me. You know who I am? Okay, sorry guys, but I'm burning some bitches. My bad, Jory. I could have probably done that without setting you on fire. My bad, yo. Pretty sure up here. There's a big bad dark spawn or something. Yeah, I think. Yeah, right here. Let's read the codex entry on that pile of ashes mission. A pinch of ashes, torn from a book on local myths and legends. The Kokari wilds are rife with legends and myths that have amazed and confounded scholars since the fall of Ostagar in ancient times. One such mystery lies behind the tale of Astia and Nebenar, two young lovers who lived in Ostagar. The legend says that Astia grew up in a company of Gezareth, a spirit of the earth bound to an overhang on the bank of a lake in the Kakari wilds. Gezareth began to fancy her, and they spent much of their days together, talking and laughing. Over the years, however, Astia became a woman and began to seek the company of men. When Astia and Nebenar, the two fell in love, or when Astia met Nebenar, the two fell in love, and Astia hoped to bring her lover in to see her spirit friend. But the spirit, angered and jealous, bade her begone. Gezareth told her that she would never see it again until she brought her lover's ashes and sprinkled them over this spot. Estia was horrified, and she fled from the enraged spirit. But she began to miss Gezereth, and on the day Nebenar asked her to marry him, she cut her beloved's throat, burned him, and brought his ashes to Gezereth, knowing that their marriage would forever sever her ties to her dear spirit friend. There are legends among the Chastened that Gezereth still haunts that lake, and that those who sprinkle the ashes of the deceased over the right spot can summon the spirit. In memory of the contract with its beloved Estia, Gezereth will grant a single wish and then vanish, never to be heard from again. A note is scribbled in the margin beneath the page. Marcus, I think this is real. If you take the ashes I gave you and scatter them over a pile of rocks on an overhang overlooking that half-sunken Tevinter Dome, maybe Gezereth will appear and give you a wish. If the battle takes you there, I think it's worth a try. Pile o' rocks.
We still need to find the...
You see a pile of stones covered in a fine layer of dust and ash. Well, sprinkle some ash on there. And let's fight this big bad monster thing.
All summons gather up. It sounds like Andre the Giant.
Okay. My bad, y'all. Trying to launch some spells your way, I promise. Jory, you died again because somebody brought their dad. Alright, get back up. I don't care what they say, Jory. You're not a stepdad. You're the dad that stepped up. Oh, equipment. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Apprentice robes. Don't beat mage robes. Does the darkspawn staff beat? Yeah, it does. Mud idol. Let's see, Alistair on the other hand, you're the only person I care about giving stuff to. Those do the same thing, so we're not going to worry about that. Might as well take the only belt thing we got. And give yourself some extra willpower, just for funsies. And that's all I'm worried about right there. Okay, they're all the way over there. Yep, not what I meant. Try to drop this alpha real quick. Go away! Alistair, stop what you're doing and heal yourself. Welcome back. You missed us running into a Spirit of the Fade that sounded like Andre the Giant.
Ah, who disturbs Kazareth?
Gave off very, I am the dread pirate Roberts. Oh, it's over there. That's where it is. Yeah, it was just when you sprinkle ashes on the pile of bones up there, I never heard him actually pop out and go, I am Gazarath. Or who summons Gazarath or some shit like that. Okay, don't think there's anything else that way, so moving on. Oh no, I don't think I've found the flower yet, have I? I don't think I have. And the flower is somewhere around here. Maybe it is back that way. Shit, now you're mentioning that and I'm like, let me actually look through my inventory real quick. No, I don't think so. I thought I passed by it too, and I'm like, maybe I didn't. No, oh, Wild's Flower. Yeah, it's right there, right? This is the one I need. Yeah, white blossom with a deep red center. Okay, I did. I didn't see Wild's Flower because I wasn't, you know, reading. I hear that helps with games like these, but oh, period flower. Nasty. Just the fact that it's a flower. It's very Georgia O'Keeffe of them. Death root. Mamina, mina, mina, mamina, mina, mina. Oh, well, let's find the marker real quick first. Or I guess we don't find the marker. Maybe we already did the stuff. I don't know. We found the Warden's cache. Why is period blood considered grosser than regular blood? It's not. Well, I mean, I guess it is considered. Misogyny, the patriarchy. I think it's just, I just think all blood is gross, but also I don't think it's all that gross.
Are you a vulture, I wonder?
A
scavenger, poking amidst
oh, Morrigan, my love.
Long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder? Come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey.
I would think twice about drinking a vial of blood for $50. That's a very small amount to drink someone's
Scavenger
blood.
Or intruder?
Scavenger or intruder? I would first know who you are and where you come from.
You are the intruder here. I believe the first question is rightfully mine. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
I love her voice. I like her voice actress
Here
too.
barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own?
Realism. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's magic.
Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine.
You know what? You can call me Shithstain.
And you may call me Morrigan, if you wish. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of
sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal
But yeah,
from dead
I
men?
drink blood.
Quite easily, it seems.
That feels like a short amount, a small amount of money to drink blood. I'd do it for a dare. Honestly, some lint and a toothpick,
Invoke a
I'd
name
probably
that
do
means
it.
nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Your mother.
Yes, my mother. Did you assume I spawned from a log?
A thieving, weird-talking log, perhaps?
Not all in the wilds are monsters. Flowers grow as well as toads. If you wish, I will take you to my mother. 'Tis not far from here, and you may ask her for your papers if you like.
That is some
should get those
edginess
treaties,
indeed.
I dislike this Morrigan's sudden appearance. It's too convenient.
Why are you interested in helping us?
Why not? I do not meet many people here. Are you all so mistrustful?
I can see that. I want an honest answer. Are you a witch of the wilds?
Have I been dishonest? Some call us witches, yes, but purely out of superstition.
You know what the Circle of Magi is, don't you? The Circle requires an accounting of all mages. That is the law of the land and the Chantry.
If you wish to tell your chantry about me, go ahead. I have nothing to fear from priests.
Tell us more about your mother first.
She prefers her privacy, but I imagine she will be curious enough why you are here. Come, see for yourself.
Well, I say we go with the hot lady.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
I like you,
Follow me,
stepdad.
then, if it pleases you.
8-year-old me begging my parents to let them watch Interview with the Vampire after watching Twilight. I could see that. It's giving Guillermo from What We Do in the
Mother.
Shadows.
I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Another wonderful voice actor in this game. If you're familiar at all with Star Trek and the show Star Trek Voyager, Kate Mulgrew is Captain Janeway. She's also Morrigan's mother.
Witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things.
Also
but
the
it is
old
not
Russian
I who
lady
decides.
on Orange is the
Believe
New
what
Black.
You will. And what of you? Does your elven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
I believe you're crazy and possibly dangerous.
Is that all? Surely your mind stretches farther than these surroundings. So much about you is unseen.
Goonies with vampires.
Yet I believe. Do I?
I would like to have seen a Lost Boys TV show that took place with each season being a different decade.
Witch of the
Since they're, you know,
Wilds, huh?
immortal, I think that'd be
Morrigan must
cool,
have
like
told
a
you that.
Lost
She
Boys-esque
fancies such tales, though she
TV
would never
series.
admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
It'd be cool to watch like the evolution of a city
True. They
through
kept
the
their
lens of
treaties, yes.
immortals,
And before you
watching
begin
the
barking,
changes
your
in the
precious
decades.
seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not?
It's a little
Take
weird,
them to
but
your
no
Grey
judgment.
Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize.
What do you mean the threat is greater than they realize?
Either the threat is more, or they realize less. Or perhaps the threat is nothing. Or perhaps they realize nothing. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
A story that could not be improved by the presence of vampires. It's got to be something that takes place in the sunlight. Something that has nothing but sun. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I think that's a very personal question. I've come back. I'm here. Save the dog.
But not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope. Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Hey, Roman, happy Thursday.
Give me a moment and I'll make this
I
into
am
wine.
doing well. Just playing a nice, chill, relaxing game of Dragon Age Origins. About to become a Grey Warden officially. How are you doing today? How's your Thursday going? It's almost Friday. Looks better already. What will happen to him now?
Let's give him a day or two to recover. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see about imprinting him on you.
I want a puppy. You think that's possible?
Maybe. It's likely he understands you're responsible for curing him. Mabari are at least as smart as your average tax collector. Come back after the battle and just... well, take another look.
You're very welcome. Alright, we're coming back and getting a dog. I'm so excited. We're getting a dog, guys. Hey, look, nobody's over here. I can open up this chest now. And it was full of not much. That's okay. What was over here? Oh, Duncan's over here. Duh. Master Splinter, we're back.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
Have you been successful? We have.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Now, maybe we should tell you about Morrigan
There was a
and her
woman
mother.
in the tower, and her mother had the scrolls. They were both very...
Rose is a vampire, Jack is a woman named Jackie, but they fall in love.
So.
Imagine Jack is a vampire and Rose is a twinkish posh gentleman.
I know you
Vampires and gay improves every story. Definitely changes them. In some cases, probably does improve them. I can give you that. And what if we have second thoughts?
Let me be very clear on that point. You are not volunteers. Whether you were conscripted or recruited,
rude.
You're chosen because you are needed. There is no turning back now. You must gather your courage for what comes next.
Courage? How much danger are we in?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now rather than later.
You're saying this ritual can kill us?
As could any darkspawn you might face in battle. You would not have been chosen, however, if I did not think you had a chance to survive.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
But if he had been more honest, would they have come? And he did need people.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
It is more ethical for people to make the choice. I wish I had turned off my mage shield
Maybe they're just
thing,
trying to annoy you.
knowing there's a chance. I suppose, from Duncan's perspective, though, he needs soldiers, and he can't have them backing out because they're cowards. Is how Duncan would look at it. Are all humans such cowards?
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
It's okay, Jory. I bet it's not your kid.
Maybe that's why
Like,
they don't.
you seem like the kind of guy whose wife might be having somebody
sacrificing
else's
us.
kid.
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end
That's
up
rude.
right.
I'm sorry, Jory. Will you both shut up?
Yes, Sir Knight. Try not to wet your trousers until the ritual starts.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
He wants warriors, capable warriors. You can train them to fight, but
Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation.
plus he is kind of just like taking anybody at this point, coward or not. Like, he needs desperate people
Going to drink the blood
because he doesn't really have much else going for him right now. Still waiting for the Orlesian Grey Wardens. He doesn't have anybody else. So Would he prefer them? No, but
those who survive the joining become immune to the taint.
does he have an
We
option?
can sense
Not
it
really.
in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the archdemon.
Want to join because they may die, then they aren't Grey Warden material. Again, probably not. But I don't think he has much of an option. Let's get on with it then.
We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Davith, step forward.
That's a big ass cup. Like, that motherfucker's bigger than his head. This is what happens when you drink blood. Take notes, Darth Xerxes.
I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No, you ask too much. There is no glory in this.
Duncan ain't no bitch.
I am sorry.
Worth it.
But the joining is not yet complete. You called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
With this giant
From
fucking
this moment
cup.
forth, you are a Grey Warden.
Possibly, or he would have died to drinking the blood like Davos did. Dragon.
It is finished. Welcome.
Oh, good.
Two more
You're awake.
In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
Like a Grey Warden. That was more painful than the harrowing. How do you calculate the weight of a 21-year-old Chismail bounty hunter? I would start with the BMI. Look up the BMI chart for someone of that height and age, and then from there adjust it by like
Before I forget, there is one
adjust
last
it
part to
by
your joining.
muscle
some of that
mass.
blood
So
and put it
like
in a
the
pendant.
more muscle they have, add
Something to
5,
remind
10,
us
15, 20 pounds depending on how muscular they are, or take them down for how like thin they are.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king.
What kind of meeting?
The king
Yeah,
is
you're welcome.
discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Well, we're a big old Grey Warden now. Look at us. Time to level up. Whoop. Okay, flaming weapons I don't care about. Winter's Grasp is cool, but I don't know. Shock does a cone. Juvenate. See, I don't have the... Oh, I guess there it is. mass rejuvenation, because I want the one that like heals everybody, but I guess paralysis, spell wisp, see, spell shield, mana drain, force field. You know what? We're going to take flaming weapons after all, because maybe we're going to go for... Yeah, we're going to learn rock armor and the weapons. According to the random chart, the healthy BMI for a 5'8", 21-year-old male is 138. Since he's a bounty hunter, he'd be a bit more fit than average. Yeah, 140 to 150, because... muscle doesn't weigh more than fat. That's a common adage, but it's denser than fat. This is why you'll see a lot of like bodybuilders who are heavier than their BMI says they should be.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Kalen. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
I fucking love how big Kalen's shoulder pad, his pauldrons are.
A thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the recruit I met earlier on the road? I understand congratulations are in order.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will your undoing, Kalen.
In real life, both Kalen and Terran douchebag wouldn't be able to stand in those arms. Yeah, well, they wouldn't be able to move their arms very well. That's for sure.
And then?
Like, look at all that.
Alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from cover.
Flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
You mean I won't be fighting in the battle?
We need the beacon. Without it, Loghain's
those armors represent an entire mine's worth of steel. They definitely look like it.
Grey Wardens too much.
Like,
is that truly wise?
How are either of them supposed to reach the swords they have on their back?
Grey Wardens battle the Blight no
I mean,
matter
back swords are already kind of dumb in general, but how are they supposed to even reach?
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. The tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Bitch.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Kalen. A glorious moment for us all.
When you understand the timeline a little bit, even a little bit, when you understand that it's been ages since the last Blight, and in the last Blight this is exactly what happened, where a big battle beat back all of them, you understand why Kalen is so excited and is so willing to believe that this is it. Like, because as far as he remembers and as far as has happened in, you know, the past few generations, the last time there was a Blight, they beat him back in one fight. He has no reason to believe there wouldn't be. So, like, it makes more sense than it did the first time I ever played through this. Where is this Tower of Ishal exactly?
The tower's on the other side of the gorge from the king's camp.
Fucking Magicist. Mysticist?
Head through the gate and up to the tower.
What do you call someone who's bigoted against mages?
The entire valley.
A Pop-Tart. You know, like the I don't know, like toasted. On ice. Shocked. Pick a magic spell. When do we light the beacon?
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
Can we join the battle afterwards?
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
What if the archdemon appears?
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
Well, how much time do we have?
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
I know what I have to do.
And I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
I love you, Duncan. I'll miss you. Okay. Let's just look at some of this real quick. The Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Trivia is the Roman version of Lady Hecate, the goddess of magic, maybe a trivophobe. Herlock. Okay, Genlock. These are the most common darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough, Genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill, even by magic. Herlocks. Taller than their Genlock cousins, the Herlocks are roughly of human size, but are possessed of considerable strength and constitution. The shock troop of the Darkspawn, a single berserking Herlock can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their kills and deeds, though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these markings. Alpha Herlocks are more intelligent and more skilled fighters, often serving as commanders or even generals. Herlock emissaries have also been known to appear during a blight. These Darkspawn are the only ones recorded of being capable of human speech, and are often capable of employing magic. Alistair, you know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Morrigan, Witch of the Wilds. Such idle fancies, these legends. Have you no minds of your own? What? Just trying to knock out these real quick. I always assumed they were elves or humans that were turned into Darkspawn, and Genlock is a dwarf. Sort of, yeah. I mean, and then trolls come from the Canary. I can kind of see that. The Legend of Lufius Dwarfson, which we heard earlier when we listened to the Ash Warrior people stuff. Alright. Let's level up Alistair real quick. Buddy, you need threaten. Where's my dog? My dog! Oh, it's over here. Maybe? No, where's my dog? Did I miss the opportunity to get my dog? I might have. I'm gonna be sad now. Dogs in Ferelden. I'm frequently asked during my travels in other lands to explain the dog's omnipresent in Ferelden. Inevitably, I tell my foreign questioners that there are no more dogs in my homeland than in their own. In every civilized corner of Thedas, an astute observer will notice dogs employed in hunting game, keeping barns and storehouses free of vermin, herding livestock, guarding homes, and even being used as beasts of burden in the mountains. It is simply that Ferelden show appreciation for the work that our dogs do, and perhaps the reason for that is tangled up in mythology. Hafter, the first man to be named Tern, the hero who united our Almari ancestors to drive back the darkspawn of the Second Blight, was reputed to be the son of a werewolf. Now perhaps this was meant to be some comment on his temperament, or simply a way of making a great man even larger than life. But more than half the noble families of Ferelden claim to be descendants of Hafter, and consequently many of our people believe that they have some distant kinship with wolves. It's only good manners to be polite to one's own kin. I think you might be right, but I was like, I thought there was a moment where I spoke to that guy, but I guess it must have, if it was, it would have been before I spoke to the king and Terran Logain. But that's okay. If we don't get a puppy, I'll just be sad. But let's try to see if we can at least get through the battle here. See how long it takes us to get through this. All right, here we go. I respect the chick in a skirt with 2 axes next to all these heavily armored men. God, I love fantasy designs.
The plan will work, Your Majesty.
Of course it will. The Blight ends here.
Cue the Joker with the "and here we go." Yeah, exactly like that. That's a lot of darkspawn. Oh, you're beautiful. Nope. Come on, Kaylin, where's your, like, inspiring speech? I think I believe the Chantry. I mean, at least kind of based on everything we know. Oh, those poor puppers. Oh.
For Ferelden!
I mean, it's tough because given what we've seen of the Fade, and now what we've seen of, like, of Solus, of, like, Faralen or whatever, yeah, we don't know that the Maker is real. We don't know that... We don't know what's real and what isn't. But I do think that the Black City is real. And I do think that Tevinter Mages likely found the Black City, and something there created the first archdemons and the Darkspawn from the Fade. I agree with that. What exactly was there? I think Faraline knows, and I think we'll find out in Dreadwolf. Like, I think we're gonna find out that more than likely, I think Solus had something to do with it more than anybody else. I think that's how they're gonna tie it all together. Is that I think he has more to do with it than we know.
They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
Real, but they were just. Yeah, basically, I don't want to like spoil too much for you. I don't know how much you know about that game, but it is very much like, yeah, the elven gods are really powerful elven mages, essentially. I'm just looking to see if there's anything worthwhile over here first. Yeah, Fenharel, there we go, that's his name. I couldn't remember, it took me a second to remember it. But Fenharel. But yeah, I think that the elven gods will play some sort of role in what created the Darkspawn. I think that's how they're going to tie the whole series in a nice fancy bow. But I could be wrong. But I would not be surprised if that has more to do with things than we know. Maybe the Maker was just a really powerful human mage.
So I shall. All right.
Who fooled Andraste into thinking he was a god. I mean, that's definitely possible. Didn't I?
Okay.
As you deserve.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I hate how far the targeting system will go. Just because it's like, oh, okay. Why can I not find in my spells list let's see here. Gotta walk across Egypt to kill a fucking ugly dwarf with a bow. Exactly! Okay, oh, I was going to spells. Like, why can't I? Where can I find? Oh, I guess I don't need. Oh, whoa, whoops, I accidentally put that there. I didn't mean that. No, stop it. And you, there we go. Oh, but I guess we don't need the active ones on there. See, now I've got all of these things active to the point where I pretty much can't do anything except shoot things with my staff. But that's fine. This is okay. I don't mind. By the way, I got the first 4 issues of Chris Claremont's new Gambit run. Awesome. I have not had an opportunity to sit down and read that yet. You'll have to tell me how it is when you get a chance. So like I said, I've not had... Oh, there we go. I've not had an opportunity to read it yet. I want to, but just haven't had a chance.
You will need to fight the blight one at a time, as you desire. All right.
I love that they're already flaming weapons, so like, what am I really doing? PC players have an unfair advantage on console players. We can have more spells than you.
Stand fast. We must
I believe that.
get to the top of the
I'm like, I know I can have, I don't know why it's not letting me like just access the other spells. I guess that's what I have to do though, is just put the active spells on and then... And that's fine. I do think I'm gonna go ahead and go Arcane Warrior or whatever it is, the one that lets me melee. Just because, I don't know, I dig that class. And it lets me have all these active abilities going and still feel useful. Gambit is smoking hot. Oh, Gambit, everybody loves Gambit. That's Gambit's thing, is that he's smoking hot. Like, that's his entire personality. Have a hankering for some Cajun. Oh my. But yeah, that's Gambit's entire personality trait, is that he's hot. We've made it to the Tower of Ishal. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
So I shall.
Why do you need to get this close? I don't understand.
Now this is more like it.
Let's run over here real quick. Everybody sit down for a second. Little Storm is cool, I guess. I don't know the context for why Storm is a child. Yeah, it must be related to something that happened back then. Because is Gambit training Storm? Like teaching her how to kind of survive as a cut person, a thief? Because I think that was an old plot line. It's been a long time since I've read that old, like, Claremont stuff. Hey, are any of you? Nope, none of you are lock pickers. That's fine. I didn't want any cool lock picking stuff either. Yeah, and she wants to kill this dude who eats souls. Yeah. So that's an old school plot line. Okay, come on guys. Yep, there you go. Everybody back up. Whoa. Hey there, Skippy. What the hell are you doing, Skippy? Okay, hang on. Stop attacking me. I don't appreciate it. Could you knock it off? You guys good over there? I'm assuming you're good where it's 3-1. I'm just dying over here. It's fine. Am I me? Yeah, I'm me. Thanks, guys. Took you long enough, but I appreciate it. Assholes. Gets to the super hot Latino woman who's also an ex-Marine. Nice. Good for him. Still can't open anything. Oh No, you're fine. I mean, I'll get there eventually, and I'm not too worried about it. If I were so worried about it, I'd have already read the stuff, but I appreciate the attempt to keep things spoiler-free. Tolerate any ship other than Gambit, Rogue and Gambit, and or me. Fair. I never realized just how many transient, like, characters we get. You're right. Like, there are a lot of people that I'm like, oh, I'm not bothering with upgrading any of your gear, because you won't be here in an hour. Okay, I don't think there's anything else over here. Trying to at least get through the Battle of Ostagar here. Honestly, to be in a polycule with Gambit and Rogue would be like being in a super attractive southern sandwich.
What are these darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
That's funny. Weren't you complaining that you wouldn't get to fight?
Hey, you're right. I guess there is a silver lining here if you think about it.
I mean, the other polycule to be part of would just be Wolverine, Jean, and Cyclops. They're already a group, so, like, be nice and easy to jump in on that one, I suppose. I want to open treasure chests. Wolverine and I are the same height. Nothing wrong with that.
It appears we will need to fight the Blight one at a time.
Oh, God. I don't have a lot of spells to help you guys with right now, but I'm doing what I can, I promise. Still better than nothing, right?
Now all we need are a few pretties and a bit of...
That's why you need Liliana. Exactly, I need Liliana so I can open some damn chests. And then Varric later. When I was a kid, I had a crush on Liliana. My mom didn't have the heart to tell me. Oh, I liked Liliana too, but it's that accent for me. Something about a woman with an accent. Yeah, the hair and the accent. Hey guys. Ah, come on. Come on. Oh, come on. You're no fun. What's the point of giving me access to a ballista, like... I'm sorry, I tried not to set any of you guys on fire. I didn't do a very good job. My bad, yo. Yeah, those were the worst ballistae ever. There's Gen X, there's Gen Z, then there's Gen Lock.
Time for more darkspawn, I see.
Hey, no, 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 no. we go. Take some stuff. Damn genlocks always raiding villages and turning people into foul abominations to existence. Why, back in my day, we didn't have none of these genlocks. Is it a he lock? Is it a her lock? Who knows? Back in my day, there were only him locks and no her locks.
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Don't worry, Alistair. We'll get there and things will surely work out perfectly, right? Alright, come on guys, everybody get close. Everybody get close. Thank you. Also, all you guys over here, nice to meet you. Good to set you on fire. Running away now. I'm gonna drop a little oomph in there for you. You guys got this though now, right? It's like Revenge of the Sith. I play it again hoping for the same outcome. Or hoping the outcome will change. Yep, every time you're like, he won't do it again, will he? He's not gonna kill those kids. We're gonna end the blight right here. We already know it. We're already ready. I mean, the game wouldn't send us out here if we weren't going to end the blight, right?
That lever over there.
All right, release the Krakens. Gonna keep attacking that guy. You guys do your thing. Damn. That guy got riggedy wrecked. I also appreciate that the dogs know us well enough not to attack us. Unlike other games where you like Skyrim or like the Shadow of War games or something where like you open the thing and they're like, well, nobody else is here, we'll attack you now. Stop running away! And don't take it out on my hounds. I take issue with people using animals in war, but again, they do say the Mabari are as intelligent as tax collectors. Do you think that makes it more or less ethical? I wouldn't want to use dogs in fighting in general. I wouldn't want to use warhounds. But let's see. Okay, willpower. Okay, so yeah, we need to up some willpower. That's fine. Where's my little persuasion tree at? Is it the one at the top? Yeah, we need that expert coercion. What else do we want here? In battle. Walking bomb. Melee weapons. I'm over here trying to remember what some of the best ones to use are. I'm like, is it shock? I think it's shock to get Tempest and chain lightning. fuck it. Part of these games is the way they implement blood magic. In what way do you mean, just out of curiosity? I mean, I like blood magic in the game. I think blood magic's actually a dope. That'll probably be my secondary ability, will be blood magic. That's the other one I would choose, because those are just too dope. Other mages can summon demons and destroy... Oh, okay. You just mean we're not powerful enough as blood mages.
Time for more darkspawn, I see. As you desire.
Okay, done with you now.
Stop shooting me. Go fight my friends. Okay, now I can do that too, but I'm not going to. I like how those guys just stood there.
I think we work well together.
Way to go, guys. You were big helps. Alistair, you've leveled up too. But us do extra damage by taking small amount of damage. Yeah, but I mean, like, it'd be hard to... oh, I guess we don't need to do that. We just need that. And that. We'll go ahead and take that. And... shield defense. Okay, let's just keep going. I mean, yeah, I see what you mean, though. I feel like that happens with a lot of games. It's like when we play Fallen Order and I'm like, have lightsaber, will break door down. Like, there are no doors that stop me. Have lightsaber. But the game says no. Made spells that temporarily summon demons to fight for you. I mean, I can see that, making it more of like a conjuration class. Alright, you're big and ugly and scary, so let's do this, big ugly. Alright guys, do me a favor, don't die, okay? Deal? I'm gonna do what I can to stun him and stuff. Yeah, I can understand that. Like I said, like a conjuration class. Oh god, Alistair, don't die! What the frick? Was literally trying to make sure that didn't happen, but alright. Hey, you. Whoever's about to die. The other one. Oh, God. This is not good. Okay, you. No. Oh, God. Ah! I have the heal spell, I just don't have it listed on my thing. Bitch! Gang, gang! Whoo! Well, that was lucky, but we did it, so... Alright. It's a big pile of blood. Okay, before we finish this little part here, let's look at our... Oh, whoop, that was our equipment. Okay, I don't think there was anything we could really do differently here. Just running around in circles around the corpses of your dead allies. Yep, and I'm like, healing doesn't bring them back from the dead. I need to go through and readjust tactics so that, like, they heal themselves when they're down a certain amount, stuff like that. Okay. Your Templar shield versus Havard's Aegis. Yep, and I don't think there's a weapon that's better than his sword, no. Put a helmet on, even if it looks silly. Okay. Only thing that would have made that funnier was if your character was just screaming as he's running away. Ah! 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 Let's compare the Warden's Oath to no, we'll keep the Apprentice's Amulet on. I don't have anything else that would be good there. Let's take a look at the Codex and kind of look through that real quick. See if there's anything else we've discovered here. Doesn't look like there's any culture and history. I'm just trying to get this controls one done so it's out of the way. Books and songs. The History of the Chantry, Chapter 1. Yeah, almost all. There's only a few armor designs. There's a badass red dragon one, though, that I remember that I had on my human Grey Warden. The first blight devastated the Tevinter Imperium. Not only had the Darkspawn ravaged the countryside, but Tevinter citizens had to face the fact that their own gods had turned against them. Dumat, the old god once known as the Dragon of Silence, had risen to silence the world, and despite the frenzied pleas for help, the other old gods did nothing. The people of the Imperium began to question their faith, murdering priests and burning temples to punish their gods for not returning to help. In those days, even after the devastation of the First Blight, the Imperium stretched across the known world. Fringed with barbarian tribes, the Imperium was well prepared for invasions and attacks from without. Fitting, then, that the story of its downfall begins from within. The people of the far northern and eastern reaches of the Imperium rose up against their powerful overlords in rebellion. The Tevinter Magisters summoned demons to put down these small rebellions, leaving corpses to burn as examples to all who would dare revolt. The Imperium began to tear itself apart from within, throngs of angry and disillusioned citizens doing what centuries of opposing armies could not. But the Magisters were confident in their power, and they could not imagine surviving a blight only to be destroyed by their own subjects. Even after the blight, Tevinter commanded an army larger than that of any organized nation in Thedas. But that army was scattered and its morale dwindling. The ruin of Tevinter was such that the Almari barbarians who had spread their clans and holds over the wilderness of the Ferelden Valley at the far southeast edge of the Imperium saw weakness in their enemy, and after an age of oppression embarked on a campaign not only to free their own lands, but to bring down the mighty Tevinter as well. The leaders of that blessed campaign were the great barbarian warlord Maferath and his wife Andraste. Their dreams and ambitions would change the world forever. Find every time I realized I have an idea, I realized someone else did it first. The entire concept I built off of was, what if people worship dragons? There are no unique ideas. Remember that there are no completely unique ideas. All you can do is put your spin on an idea. Like, some of the best ideas are X plus Y equals Z. Like, come up with something. You will never come up with anything that is truly 100% unique. If you go King Arthur in space plus gay vampires, there you go. Like, it's a thing, you know, but yeah, don't concern yourself with, oh, someone else already made a story where people worship dragons. Okay, so what makes yours different than that? What can you add? What spice can you add to yours? Havard's Aegis. Havard was Maferath's closest friend. They were children together in the same Avar clan. They fought side by side in so many battles that Maferath dubbed him Havard the Aegis. Better to have at his side than any shield. Maferath brought Havard with him to meet with the Tevinters. It was unthinkable to stand before his enemies without his Aegis. When he understood that Maferath was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers. The Tevinter struck him down, and Maferath left him for dead. But Aegis was not so easily destroyed. Havard had lived and made his way gravely wounded to the gates of Minrathaus to stop the execution. Too late. He found only the ashes of the prophet left to the wind and rain. When his fingers touched the ash, his ears filled with song, and he saw a vision of Andraste dressed in cloth of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, "Rise, Aegis of the faith. The Maker shall never forget you as long as I remember." His wounds healed instantly, and with new strength, Havard gathered up Andraste's remains and carried them safely back to the lands of Almeri. Sort of, we're getting close to the end. I am reading some codex entries, and then we've got another big cut scene, and then we'll go through the epilogue to that, and then we'll get to the end. So we're nearing the end. I just wanted to read some of these so I didn't have quite so many at the very end. Genlock. So there are 4 dragons: Pyros, Terras, Geos, and Necros. Okay, we have a little more about the Genlocks now. We have the Alphas and the Emissaries, which again, just Alphas are commanders, Emissaries are mages. And then we have the Ogre towering over their darkspawn kin. The massive ogres are a rare sight on the battlefield. Traditionally, they only appear during a blight, but some records claim that ogres have been spotted in the deep roads, hunting alone or in small groups. At least one report by the Grey Wardens claims that an ogre was spotted alone in the Kokari wilds in 919 Dragon, though it was weakened and easily dispatched. Up to 100 of these creatures can accompany a darkspawn horde at any one time during a blight, often using their great strength to burst through fortifications and demolish the front lines of the opposing army. They use brute force to charge their enemies like bulls, slam the ground with their fists to shake enemies off their feet, and hurl giant rocks into the face of oncoming foes. Melee can be difficult against a giant that snatches up a warrior in one hand, crushing the life out of him, or beating him into oblivion with the other hand. The nimble can try to wriggle his way free, or an ally can attempt an array of stunning blows on an ogre to free the comrade in danger. Grey Warden lore urges caution when slaying an ogre. Unless it is ensured that they have received a major wound to the head or the heart, it is possible they're lying dormant and will regenerate to full strength within a matter of minutes. During a blight, most Grey Wardens recommend burning all darkspawn to ashes. Dead ogres, in particular. Alright, I think that's all of those. Pyros is the god of passion and war. Terras is the goddess of life, birth, and growth. Geos is the god of the rock, the ocean, and the land. Necros is the god of death, decay, and time. That's dope. Alright, let's light this candle. I do usually read at the end with the lore. I decided I'd mix it up a little bit this time.
Retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
You cowardly bitch.
Pull out!
Although,
all of you, let's move!
I guess at the end of the day, I mean, if Terran Logain hadn't pulled back his troops, they would have lost, and they probably would, everyone probably would have lost. It's a dick move, but it's kind of the only, it's kind of the long game. Like, they would have lost this fight no matter what. Duncan! Ooh! Killing! Oh. God damn! He just fucking smushed him! Get him, Duncan. Damn, that pretty gold armor is just soaked in red. Well, unfortunately, there was going to be no defeating this horde because you have to stop the archdemon. This blight was so powerful, this horde so strong that the archdemon would have continued. Like, even if they'd have won this battle, they would have lost a lot more and might not have been as prepared for the archdemon. So it's definitely one of those. It's definitely one of those where you could say they probably could have won the battle, but they probably would have lost the war at the same time.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
I remember you, the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds, where I am bandaging your wounds. You are
Sweet.
welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
Wait, what happened to the army, to the king?
The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
My friend? You mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Why does your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
What about Alistair? Is he all right?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
I have some questions, if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here? Where are the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
Thanks. A lot.
I am only being practical.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Are there any survivors besides us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why did Terran Loghain abandon the king?
I do not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
I think I've asked enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
I agree. They speak of the Darkspawn very much like zombies.
No.
No. Like they in very much in like zombie stuff, you always hear them referred to like that as well. Poor sad Alistair.
Here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
Takes more than a few darkspawn to kill me.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King. They're all dead. Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Yeah, the Grey Wardens, as if there weren't 3 left. So why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
It changed when most of them were slaughtered.
If you think small numbers make you helpless, you are already defeated.
But we were fighting the Darkspawn. The King had nearly defeated. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
What is this Archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An Archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by Darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
What could the Terran hope to gain by betraying the king?
Throne. He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
Perhaps we could go to him then.
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
And say he doesn't help us. What then?
You have more at your disposal than merely old friends.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I'd be happy with just staying alive.
Come to think of it, that would be nice.
Well, don't expect me to do everything. There is, however, one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well. We'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but Won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I
understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
She won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
Well, we know she's...
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you get something done, do it yourself, or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
Alistair, stop harming my game, man. Like, I want to bring her along because she's hot, dude. Oh, get over yourself, Alistair.
If you worry that I will summon demons and transform into an abomination, I assure you I will at least wait until you are not looking.
I feel better already.
I think we should just get underway.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Oh, 'tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
That's exactly what I want to do. Bring her along, boink her, make a demon baby, and kill the dragon without dying myself. Is that really so much to ask for? But yeah, I know that that Flemeth is like an ancient being. We know she's a mage. We know she can transform. I don't know. Remember if she is a dragon or if she can just turn into a dragon. But I know she's a boss you can fight in this one, and then she appears again in Kirkwall. In 2, and then I'm pretty sure she's in 3. I don't remember if she pops up in 3 or not. But yeah, Flemeth is definitely something that I want to do more research into as I play through this. Flemeth could be the maker. Okay, let's check out the last of the lore here, of the codex stuff, and then we will probably wrap it up. So I don't think there's a whole lot going to be here. We know when Alistair was... Okay, so Alistair's mother was a serving girl who died when Alistair was very young. He was raised by Eamon Arl of Redcliffe for a time. And King Caelan fell in the battle alongside Duncan at Ostagar. Okay, Caelan was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he held the throne. Sir Cothrian, some of us know what honor and loyalty are. Cothrian came to Logain's service the hard way. She belonged to a poor family and was out doing work on the farm when she saw a man on horseback being attacked by several bandits. She rushed to his assistance and found out belatedly that the man she saved was none other than the great hero Logain. Though she was hardly more than a child, he took her in, offering her position with his soldiers, and she climbed through the ranks through sheer determination. Becoming the commander of Marik's shield, Logain's elite soldiers, was the proudest moment of her life. Okay, so that's the one that Logain gave the command to leave. Duncan, I think they just updated it with he was killed in battle alongside overwhelming numbers of Darkspawn. Arl Amon Garen. Yeah, she does deserve respect about that. Forward into the black. Chase, how's it going, man? Hey, thanks for the bits and cheers. Morrigan mommy milkers. That's what we're all about. That's what we're about here. We're here for those Morrigan mommy milkers. Also, thank you for coming in. First time chat. How's it going? Let's see here. Where was I? Oh, I was reading about Aemon. Nobility does not exist without obligation. We owe all we have, even our lives, to our land and our people. As the maternal uncle of King Cailan, Arl Eamon is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe, while not a large or especially wealthy part of Ferelden, is a critical strategic location. The fortress guards the western pass that leads to Orlais, as well as the major trade route with Orzammar. A well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Cailan once said of him, "My Uncle Aemon is a man everyone thinks well of, when they remember to think of him at all." Commander Sins, did we finish Guardians of the Galaxy? No, we are about halfway through Guardians of the Galaxy. That's just our Wednesday nights is Guardians. Okay, let's see what we have about Flemeth so far, because this is actually quite a bit. You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Ages ago, legend says Ban Conabar took his wife to a beautiful young woman who harbored a secret talent for magic, Flemeth of Highever. And for a time they lived happily until the arrival of a young poet, Osen, who captured the lady's heart with his verse. They turned to the chastened tribes for help and hid from Conabar's wrath in the wilds until word came to them that Conabar lay dying. His last wish was to see Flemeth's face one final time. The lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conabar killed Osen and imprisoned Flemeth in the highest tower of the castle. In grief and rage, Flemeth worked a spell to summon a spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Flemeth into an abomination. A twisted, maddened creature. She slaughtered Conabar and all his men and fled back into the wilds. For 100 years Flemeth plotted, stealing men from the chastened to sire monstrous daughters, horrific things that could kill a man with fear. These Korkari witches led an army of chastened from the wilds to strike at the Alamari tribes. They were defeated by the hero Cormac, and all the witches burned, so they say. But even now the wilds whisper that Flemeth lives on in the marsh, and she and her daughters steal those men who come too near. Morrigan's mother saved the last Grey Wardens from the death at the top of the Tower of Ishal. But just who, or what, Flemeth truly is a mystery. Dun dun dun. And then the last two we have here, we have Loghain, which was just updated with during the Battle of Ostagar. He fled the field. And Morrigan. Her mother claims to be Flemeth. If that's true, this Morrigan might well be a very powerful witch. For the tales of the daughters of Flemeth tell of twisted, monstrous women who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens, the payment, Flemeth said, for saving their lives at the Tower of Ishal. Which honestly brings even more into question about why we would make a baby with her. But, I mean, why wouldn't we? All right. Let's save this right here. And we are just about at the 3-hour marker, which means we are at a perfect time to hop back over here and say goodnight. Do we know what happened to the baby? You mean at the end of this game? like the baby that she makes with the warden. I don't remember. It might be that it might be something that we find out in the little epilogue, but I don't quite remember what happened to the little baby. All right, so that was fun. We're finally kind of digging into the story, just like Mass Effect. You know, you've got quite a lot of build up to get to the point where we're actually in the game, but we have learned a whole heck of a lot. We got a lot of lore in there, and now we go off to kind of unite the realm and get everybody all set up to fight against the archdemon. So that's nifty. But with that out of the way, so we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight. The plan is, knock on wood, I have a stream scheduled for tomorrow. During the day, it'll be at like 11 to 1 or so. Probably play maybe Fallen Order. Haven't quite gotten an idea yet. That was going to be where I did some Magic the Gathering deck building, but I just don't know if I feel comfortable doing that right now with everything going on with WotC, so I'll probably sneak something else in right there. Haven't decided what. And then probably I will stream something at least on Saturday, but I don't have anything scheduled. That way I have a little more freedom to play around with that space. Well, and if you're there, that's great. It also just moving to a different time gives me a little more freedom to try to get some new voices in here so you have more people to talk to than just me. But with that out of the way, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight. Thank you, of course, to Commander Sins for being here, Darth Xerxes for being here and being real active. Chase, Forward into the Black, thank you for dropping in, sending all those bits this way. Love you, love all you guys. Zalden Prime, I know that dropped in for a little bit. Roman said hi. Anybody I missed, I apologize, but to everybody else, thank you for being here. And I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You are now leaving the SK base. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And never forget, the Force will be with you, always.